Welcome everyone to Saturday Night Hype, and we've got ourselves two big-time matchups here as we get closer and closer to spooky season and Hallowrestling. But we're not quite there yet. We have got a very interesting matchup here. Eclipse versus Captain Planet in a Where's My Daddy match. Now, for those of you who are not aware of what has transpired, Captain Planet all year has been insistent to Bowser Black, Jack Black, that he has not been acting like himself, and that Captain Planet's rehabilitation program, which he is marketing like crazy, could save Jack Black and help his career, which has kind of sputtered its tires. But this man, Eclipse, the man from the moon, who is the son of Jack Black, has tried during the matchup that Jack Black and Captain Planet had back at the Drummer's Call of Autumn Asylum, where Jack Black was converted to what I am being told is his Steve persona. I don't know, I don't Minecraft, but that is what I am told Captain Planet has turned him into. A big fan of chickens and also horse racing, so, you know, you see a lot of chicken jockeys and the like. I promise I will not say it more than I have already said it. But Eclipse is now a man without a poppy, and he is without a father, and he's very upset about it because Jack Black has been not able to be found. We do not know where Jack Black is. Eclipse says, Captain Planet, you took my father away from me. You've got to know where my daddy went. And Captain Planet, I interviewed him earlier tonight, and he was like, nah, bro, I genuinely don't know where he is. All I did was get him into the program. What happens to him after that is none of my business. Here comes Captain Planet, who is challenged by Eclipse, as Captain Planet says, I don't really think you need rehabilitation, but you're not getting any information out of me because I have no information. Eclipse refuses to accept that as an answer, so now we are getting this matchup between Captain Planet and Eclipse, as the two of these individuals, Captain Planet's rehabilitation program, which I must admit, it's gotten a lot of results for a lot of people here in CIW. Mr. Clean was Dr. Dirty until Captain Planet brought him into the program, took him back around. Pepsi Zero was, you know, when Pepsiman was not feeling like himself, and Captain Planet said, you need calories, and filled him with calories with the rehabilitation program. And then Jack Black, who was spitting fire, and with the red mullet, and Captain Planet said, you're not behaving like Jack Black ought to behave. It's a different time of Jack. And now there's no Jack. We cannot find Jack at all. So he must be lost in the woods with the Rock or something, and you know, looking for a gigantic gorilla. But that's a different story for another time. I hope anybody, did anybody watch the Rock's movie about Mark Kerr? I know I didn't. But in any event, let us know. The real Smashing Machine is here in CIW, because all this machine does is provide you the best wrestling action on YouTube. And Eclipse immediately tried to do a bodyment and just body Captain Planet, but stopped just shy and missed his first shot, and that's how distracted Eclipse has been since losing Jack Black's guidance at a big back suplex there from Captain Planet. Referee, who do we have for referee here? Oh, this is a new referee. The referee tonight is Referee Stu, and that is Stu from the Twisted Metal series, who just won Twisted Metal, just got back from space. Very happy to be here doing what we do here in CIW, so thank you, Stu, for being a new referee here in Colonial Impact Wrestling. Oh, and a big clothesline from Eclipse. These two, it's a very personal issue for Eclipse, and Captain Planet, you know, he's not trying to change anything about Eclipse here tonight, and an elbow into the thigh. But Captain Planet would love to actually gain a little more championship credentials here in CIW. You know, in that same interview that I had to him earlier, he's, you know, I'd love that my rehabilitation program is working and that it's getting people into a better sense of life. But, you know, there is more accomplishments that John Cheadle would like to do, but he can't do them with a back suplex right on the neck, covered by Eclipse. 1, 2, and only 2. Stu with the 2. As this referee on his first count here, doing a nice job of keeping that slow, deliberate pace that we like from our referees. And folks, this is not the only match. Nice vertical suplex there from Planet. Our main event is a fatal 4-way battle royal. The winner of that battle royal will go on to face Ken Masters for the Eclipse Championship in the main event of Hallowrestling on Halloween night. Stay tuned for that. There's also going to be a women's championship match on the line, as well as 2 other major personal feuds. There will be storyline shorts all about those in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. But we still have a couple weeks to go. We have and a nice leg attack, take a drink, or a scoop of ice cream. And then, of course, the CIW Tag Team Championships defended next week on Saturday night. Hype! As the Greasy Green Gigolos look to regain the championships from the Forgotten Fighters, Brandon Ulrich and Jack 7. And I am told that Ganondorf has agreed, as Eclipse is just beating the hell out of Captain Planet until Planet countered the punches in the corner. And a thumb to the eye, as Captain Planet known to, God, get wrecked apparently. And now another cover here from Eclipse. 1, 2, and only 2. As Eclipse trying to go for a quick cover and get the pin here. As Eclipse would like nothing more to get into a championship picture himself, I'm sure. But these two individuals, we've got a fatal 4-way winner faces Ken Masters. That's a great matchup later tonight. Luigi versus Rain versus Pepsiman versus Penguin. And those 4 are going to lay it all out. The winner will face Ken on Halloween night. But I've told, again, as I said before, Ganondorf has agreed to join the Greasy Green Gigolos. He is technically still listed on the registry in that faction. So Piccolo and Reptile will have Ganondorf in their corner, and that could prove to be a difference maker. Although I'm a little worried given Ganondorf's recent affiliates in the ring. What are you doing, Eclipse? Eclipse just did a cartwheel in front. Why? Eclipse now, he's and maybe it was just to lure Captain Planet in, but Planet immediately gets back up and gets back into the ring as now tripping Planet. As Eclipse, obviously, it's very personal for Eclipse. I don't even blame him, honestly, for the attitude that he's got. Oh, no, come on! There's no need to trip up Stu in his first match. As Eclipse is taken down referee Stu, and Stu doesn't know this yet because we didn't brief him that much, but there is only one way that you can help our referees with their medical bills. That is to like, that is to share, that is to subscribe, that is to comment, not necessarily in that order, or you could do it in that order, I don't care, but you will save a referee today. You have helped us so much finance the referees' medical funds. It is so grateful. We've had the biggest year in CIW yet. Stu is already back on its feet, and we've got so much more coming as these match up, and then in 2 weeks, Subway, Eclipse, get down from there. Don't just start yelling at Stu. Get down from there. Oh, and he did. And overshot the axe handle, tried to body Planet, and instead tried to scoop up Planet's legs again. And Planet this time was one step ahead with a Russian leg sweep. Captain Planet, the veteran of professional wrestling E-federations everywhere. It has not equated the championship success just yet for Captain Planet, but that's not to say it couldn't. And now, oh, what a knee drop there. And a very deliberate offense from Don Cheadle. As Captain, oh, and a low blow. Message sent. Oh, now a message really sent. Lunar Eclipse. And that could do it. Good night, Don Cheadle. I think that is probably the end of it. And oh no, now Eclipse now making Captain Planet pay. He's trying to make and I'm not sure I agree with this decision, exploiting the referee's count with the lunar crab, but trying to make Planet suffer for taking his father away from him. I guess I understand that. You know, at least Jack Black didn't go out for milk and never come back. You know, you can at least point to an actual occurrence that changed things. So Eclipse does have a case to be made, but you can see the ribs of Don Cheadle starting to bother him. As Captain Planet would love to build some momentum of his own right, as would Eclipse. But this is really more intelligence gathering for Eclipse, you know, who knows, and I don't know, other than Moon Mama, I don't know what other kind of family Eclipse has, you know, and, you know, Jack was a pretty big mentor for Eclipse, even though it didn't necessarily, oh my God, what a drop kick into the corner, and charging in with the knee strike. It's just brutal offense by this man from the moon, and I'm not talking about Andy Kaufman, ladies and gentlemen. Or Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, just Eclipse just right hands Captain Planet all the way to the other side of the ring. And now, oh God, what a neck breaker there. A nice swinging neck breaker by Captain Planet, trying to get himself a little bit of an opening. Here in this opening contest of 2 here on Saturday Night Hype. And in 2 weeks' time, we've got another set of another twofer match, Evie Hammond and Nina Sayers, and then Eminem versus Noob Saibot. So stay tuned for that as we get closer, and that will all be working our way towards Hallowrestling, the 4-match card. And now with a fireman's carry here, Captain Planet trying to get a little bit more momentum, and a nice fireman's carry takedown. Take a drink or a scoop of ice cream or whatever it is you are drinking or eating. Just consume, 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 consume. And a nice double leg takedown and a rotation into a headlock position by Captain Planet, as Planet is starting to rally here, and a nice arm drag. And beating a man, we haven't really talked very much tonight about the size and weight advantage of Eclipse. Even though he is 1/6 of the weight, that doesn't mean that he doesn't know how to throw every single inch of it around. 7 feet tall. He is a monstrous individual. Former CIW Gut Check champion, the last Gut Check champion. Before that, Gut Check was dissolved and the rosters merged or purged. But Eclipse has certainly made a name for himself in the years since that happening all those years ago. It's been almost 5 years, 5 full years, since Eclipse lost that championship. And you know who he lost it to was Wario. And on Wario's warpath to becoming CIW champion, raked to the eyes there by Captain Planet. And now taking a minute to leave the ring, as Stu is still trying to figure out who to give the business to. But, you know, to be fair to Stu, I don't know if any of our referees know who to give the business to. And now Eclipse is frustrated, just stripping the table next to me of its own. Now, come on! That's unnecessary. Oh, wait. Eclipse, come on. Not with a barbed wire bat in his hands, and their Planet thankfully takes it away. And oh, and a drop kick coming off of the ropes. And now, oh, now Eclipse has got that back. Oh, no! Square into the ear. Eclipse just swung that barbed wire 2x4 with all it was worth while Stu was down. Welcome to CIW, Stu. But Captain Planet is still in this matchup. Planet got back up and made sure that Eclipse couldn't go for a cover off that illegal move. Planetizer! A big Planetizer here from Captain Planet to Eclipse. That could end it. If Planet goes for the cover, that could end it. And now, Planet took too long, and a low blow and a lunar eclipse right out of the gate as Captain Planet hesitated just a second too long. And oh, now Captain Planet rallying. These two are beating the hell out of each other. 2 lunar eclipses and a Planetizer, and oh, and just bodied. Oh, now come on, Eclipse. Just bodied Captain Planet and did it again to Stu. And Stu is down yet again. Folks, you gotta like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button, switch it to all, save that referee, as he is getting an unprecedented amount of initiation. And oh no! Barbed wire 2x4 to the balls! And Captain Planet dodged the second one, but that first one sure landed. And now I know that, oh, now Stu sees the barbed wire bat. Clearly not going to go after it. Now, folks, if Eclipse hits hits the referee 5 times, the referee will disqualify Eclipse. So he's got to be very careful about hitting Stu once again. And now Captain Planet trying to get a little momentum. Waistlock countered into a shot to the leg and a German suplex. As, oh no, and not another lunar eclipse. And that might seal the deal, as Captain Planet fought with everything he had in this matchup. The assaults, the barbed wire 2x4, cover 1, 2, 3. As Eclipse took every underhanded tactic possible, but will he get an answer out of Captain Planet? Did Captain Planet actually know anything? As Eclipse's hunt for his father continues. As Eclipse sending a clear message, and to be fair, Eclipse, usually Captain Planet does hang out with the people in his rehabilitation program after they've been converted, but Jack Black nowhere to be found here tonight, and perhaps this was done as a lure to get Jack out so Eclipse could talk to him, but it seems not to have been successful. Where does Eclipse go from here? But a huge win for the man from the moon regardless, as this definitely puts him in prime position to launch his career into the stratosphere, beyond the atmosphere, and now we are here at the main event of Saturday Night Hype. 4 men, only one will be crowned the #1 contender to Ken Masters Exceeds Championship. Pepsiman, Rain, Penguin, and Luigi. As all 4 of these guys are trying to make their impressions felt, as this could be a game changer for all 4 of these individuals. None of them have held any gold in CIW, even though we did have Pepsiman as the TAWTF champion while he was here, but he never really showed up with the belt. So, there was a time when he and Wario were going back and forth with it, but Pepsiman would love nothing more than to win legitimate CIW gold. Seeing how he has been here for the better part of 2.5 years, he is trying his best to break that glass ceiling for himself, open up that crystal Pepsi, and taste the sweet gold that's inside. And we know that he's got the credentials, he's got that devastating Pepsi plunge, but there has been a lot that Pepsiman has been dealing with on both TAW and CIW, and you have to wonder if a match like this is exactly what he needs to feel like he's getting his career back on track. And definitely one of the larger men in this matchup could prove to be advantageous here tonight. The crowd very in favor of Pepsiman, less so this man, who is bouncing off a loss against the SPD Rangers in the Soul Calibur Gauntlet at Drummer's Call of Autumn Asylum. And Rain, who was the first of the Cold Rain and Soul, Sub-Zero, Ermac, and Rain trio, he was the first to be eliminated, but not before pinning the Green Ranger and having a hell of a matchup with the Blue Ranger. Those two tore the house down, as they definitely did everything they could to come up, but there was a lot of, I mean, the tweets have since been removed by all 3 individuals about what the Rangers and how they felt about them, and there was some very, very terms and conditions violating things said by all 3 individuals. It wasn't good. So all 3 of these guys looking to rebound, and what a rebound this would be for Rain, who has not seen much of any in-ring single success here in CIW, as he joined Cold Rain and Souls in pretty short order since his debut, but this could change everything. If Rain is able to take advantage, he's definitely losing a little bit of the height and weight game, but that doesn't mean that Rainbringer can't make a huge difference. The storm is coming, and it's not Jade Cargill. It could be Rain here tonight, but it is going to take a quite an interesting mountain to climb here, considering the rest of the participants involved. Here comes this guy, the Penguin, who is still a part of Dun Caring and has been in a very interesting position since losing to Ganondorf and going through and seeing the Joker and Mario pair up as a unit, as we saw just a couple of weeks ago in the Batman versus Mario match where Aquaman and Joker showed up at the same time. And the Penguin, who is, I didn't get the chance to talk to him, but he's the kind of guy who will talk to himself. He's kind of a monologuist. So, like, while he's in the locker room alone with his dick fruit bag, he often talks to it, and thankfully we don't have to see the angle that, oh God, son of a bitch. You know, I really need to talk to who shoots our shows about not seeing that every time. But here comes this man. Here comes Luigi, who has been on quite an interesting path since setting foot in CIW actually earlier this year, and a couple of years ago in 2024. Made his debut at WrestleBration 10 to help his brother Mario. That obviously combusted this year in a major Ultimate Submission match at the Doomsday Drummer's Call, or it was the pre-show it was known at that time, as Luigi won that match. Actually had a hell of a contest with Waluigi and at the Midsummer Showdown, and came up just a little bit short in his matchup for the #1 contendership for the World's Championship. But that won't stop Luigi from still trying to reach those heights. And here we go. In this fatal four-way battle royal, it is the last man standing, no ring outs. Pinfall and submissions count in the ring. I believe there are rope breaks, but there are not many of them, knowing that these individuals are going to beat the hell out of each other, but you can't leave the ring until there's one last man standing. You leave the ring, you're out. That's the way we roll here in CIW Battle Royals. And Luigi with testicular torture to the baby fishies, to the pained fish, and oh god, what a shoulder tackle, and just knocking down Pepsiman as Luigi did it to Rain. Luigi going on a tear here, as he would love nothing more than to face Ken Masters for the Eclipse Championship. All four of these men would, and a nice double drop kick there. A rare teaming up between Rain and Luigi, quickly dissolved. But that is what is going to, that's actually a good strategy on Luigi's part. Team up with everybody, make quick alliances, and slowly but surely wear down your opponents. And now wrenching the leg is Luigi, half Boston Crab from Penguin onto Pepsiman. As this is going to be a very interesting match. Of course, the heaviest is clearly the Penguin. But the height advantage goes to the 7-foot-tall Pepsiman, a huge, monolith of a can of man that is Pepsiman. As referee Stu is going to have to be, if he wasn't injured from the last match, he's going to have to be really careful amongst these four participants, because errant fists get thrown all the time in these battle royals. Nice body slam there to Luigi by the Pepsi of Man. Here on Saturday night, hype! The winner of this will face Ken Masters for the Eclipse Championship at Hallowrestling on October the 31st, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You are not going to want to miss it. A four-match card, a big four-match card. More matches to come. And oh, now shoving down Pepsiman. Just chucking him across the ring was the Penguin. And now Luigi's got a clover leaf onto, and will that be enough to get Rain to tap out? We are here until it is a last man standing, folks. Here on Saturday night, hype! Stay tuned for next week when the Penguin plunge! Penguin plunge! Two men who know how to plunge, Pepsiman and the Penguin. I'd love to see a singles match between those two now that these two are in the ring together for the first time. And the Penguin did not even go for a cover onto Pepsiman, perhaps almost knowing that it's going to take a little bit more to take down Pepsiman, as he does have championship credentials, just hasn't put it together here in CIW just yet. And Luigi with a big forearm to Pepsiman. Now Penguin, what's Penguin doing to Rain here? Rain with a big sidewalk slam. Down goes Rain. And that first fall, whoever it is that ends up losing first, ultimately, I feel like that's the most humiliating spot to be in, is to be eliminated first in a battle royal, especially if the match goes on for like 10 or 15 minutes longer, and then it's like, man, that would have been a lot better if I had actually managed to last it out. But we see that happen all the time here in CIW, and now Luigi's cloverleaf, he's got it now into Pepsiman, and now wrenching the head of Penguin is Rain, and it looks like there are no rope breaks. I just got a text from Michael Corleone that we do not have any rope breaks in this matchup. So that means that you have got to either find a way to get out or tap out or pass out, but we don't get many pass outs here in CIW. We did get The Rock leaving like a bitch, though. That did happen. Wait a second. Luigi punched to the dick on the Penguin. Superplex! Down goes Pepsiman, center of the ring, and a punch to the ankle by Rain to just for emphasis. And Rain's going to pay for that, as the baby Thunderballs are being assaulted by the Penguin. Oh, wait a second. I think we're going to have a choir here. We've got two soprano singers, as now Pepsiman, the baby Pepsi cans, are being assaulted with testicular torture by Luigi. But that's just all in the name. Even the most honorable of us will do some underhanded things, or things that you just have to do in the name of winning when a title shot is on the line. And a big back suplex, a hammerlock back suplex by Luigi, up to the top rope, elbow drop, connects. And is that going to be enough to put Pepsiman away? Up to the top again, and a senton! a big boy senton from Luigi, who is everywhere right now, and a double suplex from Luigi and the Penguin onto Rain, onto Pepsiman, and a hammerlock back suplex. Luigi, calm down, buddy. But that did gas him, though. What a flurry of offense that was from Luigi. And none of these four men have ever had an Eclipse championship matchup, at least to my record. Although all four of them, at this point, you see what Ken Masters is with significant help. And we can only hope that Ken Masters will not be aided by his Forgotten Fighters cohorts. His pirate band, as they are. Even though we will see Jack 7 and Brandon Owens defend the tag titles next week against the Greasy Green Gigolos in the title rematch. All champions have a rematch clause, and now, and Rain went to powerbomb Pepsiman, but Pepsiman just a little too big, and Rain has taken a lot of punishment in this match, so I'm not surprised that it took that to make things go down for the two of them, but now, a nice chop. Luigi now, Luigi went to tackle Rain and just barely missed, as Pepsiman and Penguin right in front of us here. Oh, wait a second, not another Penguin plunge, and a Penguin plunge! As Rain is down, Pepsiman getting covered by Penguin. 2, 3, and Pepsiman has been eliminated. No Pepsi parades for this show here, and that was what we were going to win. We were going to have an actual parade outside of this building where Pepsi and Pepsi-related products were going to be given out to the fine, fine fans out here in CIW, here in the audience, sharing nothing but peace and dude love. And that is just the way that things are, but we have got the opposite of peace and love. We have got war and brutality here in this main event. The winner faces Ken Masters at the main event of Hallowrestling. An easy stew. You don't want to get in between these two, especially the way Luigi's been wrestling. And a drop kick. But Rain still trying to hold on. He's trying to get himself in a half Boston Crab here. Is that going to be enough to get Penguin to tap out? He has got it wrenched in. We have seen that half Boston Crab used to great effect in CIW before. And now just punches. Big punches to the Penguin's skull. And wait a second. And now Luigi with an ankle lock. Luigi's got the ankle lock in. Could be enough to get Penguin to tap out here. And will it be enough? He is trying, and he's got the grapevine, and the Penguin just not tapping out. But that had to have done some damage. Covered by Luigi. Throws it over for Penguin. 1, 2, 3. Only 2. Boy, and that was so close. But Penguin's championship aspirations live to see another few moments at least. And now, nice double team there as Penguin threw Rain into Luigi. Had a great takedown and then clothesline the Penguin. And a big forearm to the beak of the Penguin. That big long nose does a lot of sewer sniffing. That's why he's got that sack of fruit, which I will not get into here. And a big back body drop. Down goes the Penguin. Luigi is raring and roaring, and a Luthez press from Rain doing anything to stop the momentum of Luigi. Penguin now. Penguin was going to take Rain, but redirected his focus onto Luigi. This is still anybody's matchup. Here are these three fighting for a #1 contender to be the #1 contender. And a punch to the dick. We can only hope that the Forgotten Fighters stay out of each other's business, which we know has only occasionally been the case. But whoever is going to win this match, they're going to have that in mind. And Penguin at least has some reinforcements in the Joker and Mario. Although Penguin, I feel like it must feel a little jaded now that Mario has joined DC and Joker is spending a lot of time with him. And now a Cloverleaf onto Rain. Is it going to be enough to get Rain to tap out here? And he is trying. Luigi is trying everything he can. And the submission specialist, we saw it with Luigi against Mario. And wait a second. Luigi driver, center of the ring. Cover onto Rain. 1, 2, 3. And Rain has been eliminated. It is down to Luigi and the Penguin. Penguin now countering Luigi. Luigi with a kick. Wait a second. No, not another Luigi driver to Penguin. The cover to win the match. 1, 2. He got him! Luigi is your #1 contender. What a matchup. Luigi started off hot and never cooled off this entire matchup. What a battle royal, what a defining win for Luigi. Luigi has a chance to end the tyrannical reign of the Forgotten Fighters at Hallowrestling and take the Exceeds title from Ken Masters. Will he be able to do it? Will the Forgotten Fighters get involved? Thank you all for coming to Saturday Night Hype. We will see you next week for the tag title matchup. Take care, everybody.